Good afternoon. My name is Catlett, and today I'm going to reflect on my Research and Writing 2 portfolio project. The biggest regret I have for this project was not submitting it to Smart Thinking. Smart Thinking is a tool that is provided to Bryant and Stratton students as a way of having another set of eyes read your paper. You submit your research paper or your essay, and a tutor will review it and give you feedback on what changes you could make to improve your project. It's almost like having another set of eyes, which is recommended part of the proofreading process. Unfortunately, I failed to do that this time, and I discovered that a lot of the mistakes that I had made throughout my project could have been easily resolved if I had used this tool. The institutional outcomes that I found were important to this project covered informational literacy and communication and relational learning and thinking abilities. While I was conducting research for my paper, I was citing a law, so I wanted to make sure that I had the most up-to-date information. This is not only part of the rules of writing a good paper, but it also gives the audience the opportunity that if they found something interesting, they could use your in-text citations or your resources to further investigate the information you wrote about. I have experience in business writing from my past, and I was excited to see that a lot of the formatting I used while at work pertained to this project. So work experience does help you in the learning process. The first thing that comes to mind when I see the word dependability is credibility. If this project had been assigned or had been for an actual employer, you wanted to make sure that you were accurate and dependable and credible in providing this information to your employer. A proposal is an item to persuade a boss to make changes in your company, and it possibly could cost them money, so you want to make sure that the information you provide is credible and dependable. If you approach a situation like this half-heartedly and not credible, you might as well just write a note on a piece of paper and put it in a suggestion box. It's important that you take into consideration what they're looking for and what you need to do to convince them to make these changes. I believe that this entire project is based on two workplace capabilities: persuasion and communication. Obviously, our memo was designed as a proposal to persuade an employer to make changes to the company. Communication is a big part of that, because a lot of times for an idea to be presented, it has to be communicated. A lot of times we find ourselves sitting around the water cooler complaining about this and that and other things, and as long as that information stays around the water cooler, upper management has no idea that there is a problem in that level. So they're not going to make changes if they're not aware of it. Any business relationship has to have communication. If you have a problem with a coworker or an employer, if you don't present them with the problem you're having, they don't know it exists. Therefore, you're not giving them the opportunity to make those changes. And I think communication goes with persuasion, and it helps an employee to get their point across when changes need to be made. Finally, I would like to take the opportunity to thank Ms. Sloan for a wonderful session. I learned a lot in this class. I learned a lot in Research Writing 1. However, I found that this class was geared more to what I would be doing in a business setting. There was a lot that I knew, but I learned so much more, and I definitely will be taking this into my future career. Thank you very much.